Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Australian report for the 4th of February. So with the Australian dollar here, I just thought it would be worthwhile pulling up here because obviously it's related to the ASX, and we can look at it like this as wave 1 here and wave 2 here, and up for wave 3, back for wave 4, and then going up for wave 5 here. So with that in mind, because we can relate this to the ASX in a way, and also the banks and so on, so they all should sort of fall into place here for this. So we're looking at wave 1 here and wave 2 here, wave 3 here, and ABC for wave 4, and then moving up for wave 5. So going up towards the 80 cents, and 8's a profit-taking number, so we'll see a large correction at that point there. I do have a small position on the low here. There's different ways to count this. You can have wave A over here and wave B here, and then having all of this into an ending diagonal, or we can have it here and view it as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. A little bit rough like that. There's a few errors in that, but I can kind of see how it can be besides that spike there as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Breaking a little bit of a rule here, but the form of it is there. So anyway, I'm not quite sure if we have a low in here just yet. This is group 2, 65, 72 and 80. So that means that once it gets to the 65, you'll be able to, once it gets support on the 65, that will be a safer bet at that particular point. I mean, I will just look to add to that. I'm okay to take a small loss. It's just such a small position. And then, yeah, build on that, and hopefully we'll get up there this time. I mean, last time we thought this was the wave 4 finish at this point here, but we ended up getting this, so I just thought I'd come back and pick up the loose ends here. The other good point about this too is that from this low here to the top of the third wave, we're at the 38.2% retracement level, so there's a few good things, that line up here for that. Okay, I just thought I'd pop that in. Okay, we'll look at iron ore. It's just here. So I think just looking at this here, we can certainly bring that over to here now. I still think that there's probably something like this to go here. We may be able to pick that up over here for that too. I'll just check on the hourly chart for that. I mean, iron ore is going to affect FMG and so on for that. So this is just the hourly chart here, just checking. I'm not sure if this is actually part of that, because this was in 5 waves, so an A and a B and a C wave. So I might have to take it from that top. But even if I do take it from that top, I can look at this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here, and back here. And then what's this here? That's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So yeah, pretty much I think we've got some sort of rally here, and then we've got another downside here. So this is just important for buying FMG and any other iron ore stocks, so understanding this. So yeah, that's all good. I think we'll also have a look at copper while I do that first. Where's copper? Yeah, this is looking good. There's a little A and a B and 1 and 2 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. So we're probably sort of quite close here on this. So, but what we'll do over here now, I mean, normally we go to this high, then we go to this high, we can go to that high, and I'll just leave it there. But what we're really looking for here is a classic trading levels pattern set up just here. I mean, we have it in the bigger picture here in terms of the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, the A, the B and the C over here. But I'm just thinking that we can get that first high above the level here, and maybe even a second high above the level here, and so on from this point. Yeah, anyway, copper's important, Dr. Copper, so to speak. But yeah, I mean, the point here being is that from the low here, I could count this up here as 5 waves in orange here, and then I could count another 5 waves here. So we could look at it as an A and a B and a C wave in the bigger picture and fail and come down from that point. That's what I've got to kind of figure out. Or are we looking at this as wave 1 here and back for wave 2 here, and then up for wave 1 and back for wave 2 here? And so taking these tops out here is telling me one way or another, whatever the count is that that would be bullish at that point. Then copper is bullish. The community, the country, the world will be bullish at that point for copper. And copper's still important. It's not that old. I mean, you need four tons of it to create one of those wind farm propellers things. So 4 tons of copper goes into one of those. I mean, it's extraordinary. So yeah, copper lives on. So let's, now that we've looked at those, before we go to the ASX, we'll just look at BHP and so on. So we talked about what we can do now with this one is we can put, let's just have a look at what happened in New York with BHP. Okay, still down. Oh, what I wanted to talk about here with New York BHP is that, well, you've got the stochastics, which is way down low here now. And also too, the move that's coming down through here is on lower volume. So the sellers are drying up. So this is going to kick back. I'm going to have to put, I'll take a closer look later, but I'm going to have to put this little wave 2 up here, I think. And then we're going to be going higher here. So what I want to do here is I want to exit this position, right? And then we need to look to go long here next. That's what we're going to do. So it can come down further, but all I'm saying is that over these 3 bars here, I'm just trying to get the count here, 2, 1, 2. I'll have to go to a tick chart to pick that up. Could just do that, I guess. But we're going to get about, oh God, it's like Swiss cheese. Sometimes you can make it out. Well, we've got to look at that as in the A, the B, and 1 and 2. Maybe the 3rd drop here, but then the 4th overlaps, does it? And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could be close to the low here. So yeah, let's take that money off the table. Yeah, just pointing out that, so if that's the case, then the Australian BHP is going to be much the same as well. This, so get my fingers working a bit, just trying to put that in there. So any crossover there wouldn't hurt for a small position at some point. But all the support's going to be on the medium level here, 65. Anyway, we'll exit out of that and we'll look for a way to go in long here. So I'll just put that up here for the time being. And let's have a look at the other BHP. So this is this here. So we had this short position here. So we're going to use this top here as the as the stop, and also to go long here as well. So we can put that stop above that bar there, and we can also put this down here now as well for that. So let me just get rid of this here, because yesterday I mentioned that it appeared to be that that the resources are going to be weak and the ASX is going to be pushed up by the banks. So that's played out quite nicely. Yeah, because I was always a bit unsure about this little floating island here for this. I always like to go with the main trend here and not to worry about little things like that. But sometimes they're important, but most of the time they're not. So look, we'll just let that play out, I guess. That's about it. But anyway, yeah, I mean, we'd have to, if we don't take that as the top, we'd still have to take that as the top. So it'd still leave us an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave. But here we'd need 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Yeah, so it doesn't really make much difference in whichever way we use it here. There's an A, B, C. I was just wondering if that was wave 4, but it was pulled up really quite high for wave 4, but we've seen wave 4s pull up quite high before. So anyway, we've got that higher volume here. On the down bar, so perhaps that will take us down a little bit further. But anyway, we're tightening up in here and really tightening up on this now because we want to flip to the long side. We don't want to miss anything on that side of it. And the ASX, but before I go there, I'll just go to the banks. So with CBA here, we're looking for a move up into 90. So we're kind of there. It's starting to struggle a little bit, and we can prove that by looking at the volume. So we can see that the volume is kind of had that strong bar, and then it's sort of been diminishing here, but also too the ranges in the ranges in the bars are also getting smaller and smaller, including the gap here. If we included the gap here, that's quite a long bar, and then this one is shorter, but from the close it's still gapped up, so that's there. So you still got, we've got this trend line coming across here and so on and so on, and so there's going to be all of that problems there, but yeah, 90 is where we're sort of looking. There was a gap over here too for that, which is becoming closed now. Not that that's that important. So, but anyway, there's an old high here. And also too, what I could say as well is that double tops are never the end of a trend. So what we could also say here is that we may have to look at this in terms of being a bullish count rather than an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here. It still means that we're going to get some sort of issues across here in one way or another, because we're at an old high, we're at a large number, we are at the end of this wave count. So there's three things: the count, the high, the number. So we should be seeing, you're not going to miss, don't think that you're missing anything. I mean, I would like to get back into this as well, and but we need a setup to do that, and if we get a decent setup here, then we can look at that. But just pointing out that double tops are not the end of trends. So that means that we will need to look at this, start to view this as more of a bullish trend, and that will be going higher in that case. Right, let's go to the ASX. Sorry to waffle on so much, but there wasn't really much to say about the ASX. We're pretty much on track here. On the 1 hour chart, we're looking at wave 1 here and 2 here and 3 here, which we can adjust that now to that high here. Looking at wave 4 here. Today's Thursday, so in the bullish weekly cycle we can see Thursday is a profit taking day, so that might help with the wave 4 here again. Not always the case, but if it pans out, then you know that Friday is going to be the bullish day. So that's there. So we're not far off that 38. Well, we're sitting on it now already, so we're maybe done and dusted here. Seems a bit close. Okay, we'll just go in. Don't know if the 15-minute chart's going to make it any better for us. Okay, there's my mess from yesterday, so let's sort that out. I just want to bring this chart up a little bit. So we're looking for it to play out. Let me just pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably have to go to there. So let's just. I'm thinking that's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Anyway, I've got to kind of put it there, or do I? I don't know. I'll just double check on that later. ABC here. Looks a bit impulsive up there. So that's at that 38.2% retracement level. Does leave wave 3 a bit short here. I'm going to have to reassess that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That actually may be just that wave 3 here for that, and that's why that's sitting there for that. Let me just check. So that would play out from that low. Yeah, that's more on the 38. So well, if you're not long, then you can go long above that. One, two, three, four. Maybe that's 5. I mean, if it's going to come down, it's going to come down. It's not going to be much. It's going to be something like that. And then once you get that first high above the level here, then you can go long at that point. I just want to check on the tick chart for that. 100 ticks. Well, that certainly looks like wave 1 here and 2 here, doesn't it? Then 1 and 2 here. That's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's all of that. So yeah, I think that we're on the right track. I think that goes to there as the third wave. Anyway, the main point here is that the trend is still up. We just may get a correction here. Yeah, see, this is looking like 5. Yeah, but this doesn't look like 5 waves. I'm just wondering if this is that counts as 1 and 2 and 3 ABC for 4 here, and that's what A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here. And then we're going to look at that as 5 waves. It doesn't look really well there for that. Have I missed anything? I don't think so. There's still 1 wave short, so I have to call that the top bell, because I was thinking as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave down here as 1 and 2 and 3 here, and 4 here, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So that gives us this area here to, I mean, the safe situation here is getting support on top of 61.8. So the 68.40 as support would be the safe trade to the upside. This move here as 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that could be an A and a B and a C wave to here. This coming down here and just about overlapping this wave 1 here helps that be a B wave there. So it is possible to come down here further in 5 waves. So 3, 4, and 5 coming down here and then finding support here. So it can be something like that. So yeah, normally if Thursday is going to be the bear day, then when I used to trade futures in this, I looked to start buying Thursday afternoon on any sort of slowdown or strength, and then building in the US session, and then also Friday morning and all the way through Friday into Monday, and then start taking out on Tuesday and Wednesday, and missing that Wednesday, Thursday swing days in the market. Anyway, the safe trade's above that point there. Alrighty, I'll leave that at that. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.